welcome to my car. I am currently in the parking lot of one of my local parks. It is gorgeous here. The summer flowers are starting to come out. So excited to go and shoot. And I thought I would bring you guys along and give you 5 tips on how to get gorgeous photos all by yourself. So let's go. R.I.P. my poor tripod. I'll need to get another one. So number 1 is going to be equipment. When I do photo shoots, I like to pack it really nice and light. So it's typically only my phone, a tripod, a clicker, and my purse, because I need to, have a place to store everything and my keys. Keeping everything light and mobile really helps me be able to just move around the parks or wherever I am to be able to get good shots and just not feel like I'm carrying everything, because I often walk a lot when I do these. And that's my first spot. If you guys are just getting started and equipment is kind of like this big thing that's like, oh, that's gonna have a big price tag, it doesn't have to. My tripod was less than $20. My clicker was, I think, $7. The converter that my phone is on was also less than $5. So if you choose to take photos with your phone, you can get started for about $30, which I know is a lot, and it might be something that you need to save up to, but in the grand scheme of things with filming equipment, it's really not that much. Other equipment things that you guys might not think of is to have a comfortable pair of shoes. Like I said earlier, I am often walking at least a mile when I go on these photo shoots, going from like different spots and trying to find different things. I do know the parks that I go to fairly well, so I know how to gauge when it comes to my energy, but I still need comfortable shoes. So I think that's all for equipment. Let's take some more photos. Okay, so I'm going to say tip number 2 is to plan ahead. You want to know where you're going to go shoot and what you're going to shoot, like what outfit, makeup, hair, whatever, beforehand. That way when you get ready to go, it's all already planned out and you can just go and enjoy. Typically the only thing that I don't have like completely set is how I'm going to do my eye makeup. That just kind of comes organically no matter what I do. But part of planning is also looking at the weather. So I personally like to shoot on full cloudy days. I feel like I get the best light then, and I also don't have to worry about where the light is coming from and where the shadows are. So I typically plan my photo shoots for those days. It also means that I have to plan when I'm going to do it, because I have to try to beat the rain. I have an hour before the rain. Okay, we should probably get moving. Another part of planning is making sure that if you have an outfit change, you know where you're going to change, and like how to not reveal more than you want to. I'm changing in my car because I purposely parked in a secluded lot and I have tinted windows, so mostly secure. Also planning that like you don't wander too far away from where you're storing your outfit, whether that's in a car or a bag you take with you. Regardless, just like planning all of the logistics of that. It's very important. What else on planning? I think that's all. So tip number 3 is posing. And I don't feel like I have good advice for this one other than practice. So when I first started taking my own photos and posing and like doing all of this, I hated every single photo. I'll slot some in here so you guys can see. You probably won't think they're that bad because you don't see them through my eyes and all of my insecurities. But like knowing how to pose, how you want to pose and like what you want to do comes with practice. And there's people. I'll be back. All right, where was I? Oh, practice. So you really need to practice and be experimental. Try different angles. Let's go this way. Try different angles. Try different like ways to like tilt your head or like shift your hips or whatever. Personally, I have found that I don't like my body straight on, especially from the front. So I will often do like a 3/4 kind of turn. And I feel like that just gives my body more shape and more dimension, and I like it better. Other things that you can do is you can play with your hair, you can play with your skirts or other pieces of clothing, and you can bring a prop. When you don't know what else to do, bring a prop. Something with my posing that I have been trying to work with a lot recently is how do I add things in the foreground so I'm more in the background. This makes it so there's a lot more visual interest in the photo than just me. And so that way the photo has, I don't know, it's more to look at, I guess. This one really does take practice, just like knowing how am I going to pose my face, how am I going to pose my body. Like I don't know how to tell you other than practice. So, general posing tips for if you have no idea how to get started with posing, and things that you can incorporate into your practice is 1, point your toes. I always like to tuck one foot behind the other and point whichever toe I'm not putting my weight on. I feel like this gives it a more elegant look. It gives it a look like you're in motion, and it does something to your body shape. And I like what it does to my body and how it looks, which is why you see me do it in a lot of my photos. The other thing is to have soft hands. So I call them dancer hands. It's just something that I learned when I was in dance. You just like put your 3 fingers together. This one is like lazily out, and then your thumb is slightly tucked. Again, it gives it a soft, elegant look. You can like position this hand to like be grazing some wildlife, or to like be reaching for something, I don't know. Down at your side, it'll just help your hand look prettier. If you don't know what to do with your face, the best thing you can do is take photos from behind. I do this a lot. I did this a lot for this photo shoot. My leg is itchy. I need to go wash it to make sure I didn't get anything on it. Something else that really needs to be said in regards to posing, especially posing in nature, if you do a lot of style photos like I do, stay on the path. And you want to stay on the path for like a lot of reasons. Number 1, it's just respectful to the parks and the spaces that you're in to stay on designated paths. I will like go right to the edge sometimes. Very rarely do I step off the path, and usually when I do, it's in a spot where I can see that someone else has already done it. Not the best move, fully aware. I just try to be as respectful as I can with the spaces that I'm in, so other people can come and enjoy them too. The second reason you want to stay on the path is for your health. I got poison ivy doing the princess photo shoot because I saw a bed of red clover and I went, that is so pretty, I'm gonna get really pretty shots there. Pretty sure there was poison ivy underneath. Not my best move. Not my best move. Like even being close to like the edges of paths, there's a risk of poison ivy. So just know where you're going and know the dangers of it. So step 4, tip 4, whatever we want to call it, is know what you're going to do when you run into people. If you go out into local parks or local wilderness areas, there's always going to be people around, especially if you live next to major cities. Just have a plan. And know that it's perfectly okay if you get extremely uncomfortable when you see other people around. I still get it. I don't film if I think people are in earshot, except for this like old couple that can probably hear me right now. When I look for spots to set up my tripod, I look for places where people aren't, or where people like pass by quickly, so that way I can get good shots that way. If you wear cute clothing, people will more than likely comment. Just know that all of these things are normal. All of these feelings of like insecurity and like people is normal, and just plan on how you're going to handle that. I have recently found that I really like compliments, so I purposely walk through crowds of people when I go on my photo shoots while I carry my tripod to the next location, just so I can get compliments on my dresses. There's a little bit of pride when you make something and everyone loves it, right? The fifth and final tip that I have for you guys is to have fun. Getting really good photos is not something that you're going to accomplish on your first photo shoot. I've been doing this for, what, 2-3 years now? I still don't get super good photos every time I go out. But I have fun, and it gets me outside, and it gets me in nature, and that's all I really care about. So to recap, the 5 tips that I have for you guys is equipment. Know what you have, know what you need to be comfortable taking the shots. Second is planning. Plan everything. Just plan it, plan it, plan it, plan it. Tip 3 is posing. Just practice. You guys will get better at it. Tip 4 is know what to do with people. Just accept the compliments and realize that when they stare, they're actually impressed. Or just think you're in a ridiculous Renaissance dress and want to see you prance around. Either way, that's still kind of a compliment. Tip number 5 is to have fun. So that is all I have for you guys. I will see you on Monday for a new video and live on Thursday. Bye, friends! Bonus tip, get ice cream after, because it's delicious and you deserve a treat. I mean, you always deserve a treat.